holy shit, this scene was awesome. I mean, damn, like, geez, it's a really awesome anthem. Hey, I mean, a touch program.
Sydney C says.
Yep.
Bill.
Yep, and we just saw The Boys Season 2, the final episode and all 8 episodes in general, and man, the scene went quick.
Season 2.
Yeah, Season 2.
Yeah, it did go fast.
Yeah.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
When you don't binge them, it's like, I guess it was 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But it felt like it was like a week, like 1 week.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know.
It's like week to week. We say, well, I wouldn't have a bad idea that we have to wait the week after we say, one episode. That's annoying, but I guess in order to keep the show alive, they have to change the tactic of the reschedule. But that's a different topic there. We'll be able to talk about that stuff. But
We'll come back to that later.
There you go. Basic plot of Season 2. Basically picked up a season 1 left off where Butcher found his wife, and who was alive, which is not seen Season 1 spoilers, and it turned out his son, no, not his son, the Homelander had this.
Yeah, and Homelander, his wife and Homelander had a son.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a consensual son.
It wasn't, no.
He obviously, attacked her.
Yeah.
And so...
Not a good dude.
No.
Yeah, meanwhile, we had the rest of the boys trying to figure out what to do next. And it's a bot and that bullshit and everything about it. So,
I think she was in some sort of where they hide you.
Yeah.
Some sort of witness protection.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
But that she wanted to be in too.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated. Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of the show. Alright. Now, going into season, I don't know. I love Season 1. Season 1 was the first season after the Untitled Show period because one thing about the boys, I seen the comic and it just... No. The comic is just way too brutal, way too bit of shock value.
The comic is more brutal than the show?
Yeah, it's shock value.
Right, I mean...
Instead of shock value, it's...
Whoa. I think there was some shock value in this show.
Well, yeah, but the boy comic is just more like excess violence to the point that... What the hell am I reading? What they describe?
Wow.
Wait,
so do you think that you have to read the comic book to enjoy the show, or do you feel like you can just enjoy the show?
You can just enjoy the show and avoid the comic because, well, I like the comic is a good way, but man, oh man, writing in this series, well, not the show, but more the comic is more like excess violence to the point that
excess violence. He usually likes that, doesn't he? Like murder.
Well, yeah. To an extent, if it had to go to story. If it
they're just doing excessive murder, death, kill. Okay.
But yeah, it goes way too extreme. So why put her on the show? Okay, well they take after the comic version, but do it a lot more better. Fine, let's see after Season 1 goes. And then Season 1's about all.
Awesome. Yeah, we loved it.
It's all coming.
Yeah.
Season 2. Well, it's not good Season 1. It's still after it good season. And holy shit, I think it was awesome. Well, let's get a cut of a sec. Let's get into the 7th for a sec. New member, Stormfront.
Yeah, so she... Actually, I think that's what made it... I almost can't even compare the 2 seasons because at first, I think I was with you. Because you had said, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
It took us, maybe a couple of... Well, it definitely took you.
Yeah, it took me 2 or 3, maybe even 4 to really get back into it. But the thing for me was, in Season 1, in the first 3 minutes, there's some insanity going on.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
I remembered that. Yeah.
And I was waiting for that, insanity moment and...
When his girlfriend crosses the street and gets vaporized. And he's holding
her hand.
Yeah.
You're like, this is gonna be serious.
That is true.
Yeah. But then it did. It warmed up into a really good. I mean, they had a great kind of villain. I don't know how spoilery we can get, but we were trying to avoid that.
Well,
they're all villains, so calling Stormfront a villain is probably fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But they did a cool thing with her.
Yeah, and I actually think exactly. And I think that's what made it really good for me. Mm-hmm. It actually was one of those types of things at the last episode, I was kind of blown away and feeling like I really, really enjoyed this ride. But didn't know that maybe 4 or 5,
4, 5, and 6.
I was getting into it, but the second half, right, the second half it took off and it kind of I would almost say like made up for it, but the characters.
They're all great.
All the characters are really good.
Carl and Butcher.
And you get like more of a background about some of the characters.
Frenchie.
Did they get into Mother's Milk deep? I don't know if it's backstory.
Well, I think we got into his backstory when we found out Stone for that Dandy when they talked to that lady from I think episode 4, I think, or episode 5.
I can't remember, but I know we did find out about.
We found out Stone for that Dandy.
What about the girl who only speaks the sign language?
Kimiko.
Kimiko. Yeah, we found out kind of a little bit about her.
Her brother.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I even like I love the little boy who plays
Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, who plays Homelander's son from Little Big Lies.
Yeah.
That was him?
Yeah, he's a twin, but I mean, he was so good.
Yeah, he's so great.
So I mean, there were a lot of things that were really, really good. All the characters were great. They introduced some new characters. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of Giancarlo Esposito.
As the CEO of Bot.
Yeah, he was a little.
I think he'll build into something bigger. I think. I mean, they have to. He's like iconic.
Yeah.
And they just did not take advantage of his icon.
Like he played a great villain in every single show. I know he's in Breaking Bad. I know that he's in the new Far Cry game. But
he's in a lot of things. So maybe he's like, dude.
Was he also in like Scandal or no?
I don't watch Scandal.
Different guy.
He's in Mandalorian.
Oh, he's in Mandalorian.
He is in Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's
coming soon.
Oh shit.
But we can do some editing. But anyway, but I love him and he's so talented. I would have liked to have seen more of him. I feel like they did like a little teaser with him in season 1, and I thought there was going to be more of him in season 2.
Like he kind of showed up at the end of season 1, and you're like, oh my god. And then he was like generally missing for entire episodes.
You know what?
But the scenes he was in were really cool.
Yeah, they were great.
He's got some presence.
Awesome. Like he talked down Homelander.
The chat with Homelander. The chat with Butcher later in this. I think it was episode 8.
I think episode 8.
Yeah,
I think really who else I like. There's some specific characters that I really love, and I love A-Train.
A-Train.
Because he was so. I love A-Train, and I actually like what they did with the Deep.
Yeah, with the chicken.
He's like he knows what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The Deep, exactly. I like what they did with those characters.
I like that too. The collective thing.
Yeah, I find it so fun. Yeah, when I'm moving signs, I find it so fun we're not going in because wait a minute, like we'll just go back to the boy, but no, it turned out that's probably a lot more important than we thought.
Really crazy.
Holy shit! And I not see that's what's coming.
Okay, so my weakest character, and you may not agree with me, and I can't even remember her name. The blonde girl.
Starlight?
Yeah, I don't like her that much.
And her, even in like her like superpowers always are getting like
they're
trumped
like
by other superpowers.
She's got like janky
she doesn't
powers.
even need them.
I think at the point
she gets the shit kicked out of her, and then maybe her power will kick in. Like what? So then, how did she make it to the 7 with?
With
subpar
power.
My best guess Bog player and
because she looked a certain way.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah, but remember Bog over image is not all
true. I did like where they went with Maeve. That was great.
Yeah.
Speaking of her on
Speaking of new kids, let's get the Lamplighter.
There's definitely like a girl power vibe to this season as well, which I thought was pretty cool.
Lamplighter, I see, and that's another one where I don't understand like his superpower. I mean, couldn't I technically have a superpower if I just blew like a flame onto you? Like,
well,
could he?
If he has a flame, he can shoot that.
Yeah, shoot that flame.
But he needs a flame to do it. So
he was walking around with a lighter. It just seems so.
I think that's the point.
If he drops the lighter, he's useless.
Yeah.
You know?
I liked the girl that was in like the asylum type.
Yeah, the asylum place.
I don't know. She was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some. So all the different like levels of superpower powers
or people literally
is really cool.
Yeah, and they also, I mean, knowing like going to that asylum-y kind of place, I don't know if it's an asylum, like the laboratory.
Well, what were they doing there?
Yeah, there's so much they could explore.
They're torturing people, touching
in future seasons. They can really get deep into that stuff.
Yeah, it was like had an Arkham feel.
Yeah, it was.
So with Arkham a lot much worse because as we know it's done from plan, her plan was should we talk about the spoiler?
No, it's not.
No. When you have my Storm's backstory, it's actually very, very dark and
Stormfront. Yeah, it was really crazy, and I liked that though. That was really neat. So without spoiling that, I thought she was a really good character.
She's a great villain.
And really good villain.
Yeah.
And
her acting was good.
Yep.
I mean, the look was cool. A lot of the special effects looked great.
Yeah.
Every time they would take off, it looked just so cool.
It's
Bang,
amazing.
just like gone.
And
also just Carl Urban just as a
Butcher.
but just as an actor, you and I were talking about.
Yeah.
He's so
Dude,
good.
He's so great.
So
he's great at Dread. He's great at butchering and show.
He's just good at everything.
Even just the accents. Like think of him in Lord of the Rings. He had that like high English kind of
thing. Like Anglo-Saxon
like,
type.
Here
he's like,
I don't know what it is, but
I just want me wife back.
The C word is every other word. And he's gritty and angry.
I was
crazy.
But exactly. That was just really cool. I love him. And Huey, I love him too.
He was great.
Yeah, he was fantastic. What we didn't know is that Huey was in Hunger Games, the original one.
Right, yeah. We went back and watched. He was Marvel?
Marvel from District 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah, he was one of the...
he was one of the, like, punks.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't know what
But he, like, so much more personality. Yeah,
career.
So much more personality in this show. Really gets to explore it. His bravery is increasing. And, you know, he's falling deeper in love with her and all that stuff. So there was a lot. There's a lot to it.
So, I guess we'll do...
Ratings, man.
Ratings, yeah.
Wait, should we talk about the ending of the whole? Because that ending with Homelander...
I mean, we could. I don't know how to talk about the ending without really giving anything away, and I would not want to give it away. But the ending is great.
It's intense.
It is great. It's intense, and
there was a part of the ending that I can't talk about. I guess so. Why even bring it up? But like, I was there was one part where I was like, oh, really? Like, I don't really get that. But that was a minor thing, so it didn't like take away from it.
What happened to Becca?
Yeah.
There's some twists.
There's stuff all over the place.
My advice is if you haven't started this series, start from season 1.
Start season 1.
And settle in. And watch and binge.
Watch the show. It's one of the best shows on TV.
It's really good.
It's one of the better ones out there,
Because there are super shows today that have been up and down. Without surprising, with Seth Rogen, him with movies. Well, I think he directed his movies somewhere.
I don't know if I think he's producing.
He's producing,
But so are we? Is it up to 5? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I think. I mean, if it's not a 5, it's certainly close to a. I'm gonna give it a 4.5, and here's why. Because Marshall says the same thing, by the way, right, Marshall? Because it took a while for me to get into it. I mean, I was into it, but I think they could have had a little bit more of a hook in the beginning. And I don't like to have to work. Yeah, there was a little bit of a slow burn, and I guess based on what happened from the first season, I wasn't expecting that. So I feel like why not just like for once, just stay on that roller coaster ride. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
I'll give it a 4. I think. I mean, I like it. To me, that's a good score. I would give Breaking Bad a 5. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's just
True.
There were enough things. The slow start, in my mind, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah. And then there were a couple of little things in there that I was like, But they weren't big deals, but enough for me to not give it 4.5.
Oh, and we forgot Black Noir.
Oh, Black Noir. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, he's such a weird character. But I don't know. I think we should just save that for another day.
Maybe.
But what's your rating?
Okay, if I had to judge it in season 1, season 1 is a perfection 8+, but if I did season 1, this was a good season. I'm gonna go pre-day 4 out of 5 stars. Is it perfect? No. Is it good? Yeah, one of the best shows we have all year. Oh, hell, it is one of the best shows we have at the period. Because Super Show might have been up and down, but you're not bullshit. But this show might have been better. And I'm going to season 3 because, oh boy, season 3 will be insane.
I'm excited,
And a 4 is a good score,
Absolutely.
man. And I'm not saying I disliked it. I'm just saying, like, comparing it against even itself in the first season, it wasn't as good as that. So, 4 is good.
Agreed.
I'm good with 4.
All right, well. Thanks for checking in with us.
That's a video of The Boys season 2 is supposed to be popular on pre-con about the main show, directed by. Although, what do you mean about season 3? What is your theory for season 3? And how do you mean at the boy, the fee at the VOD? And explain that twist with the finale because oh boy, that was a twist I not see coming. And
yeah, it'd be interesting if fans of Tevye would comment and say where they think they're going to go with season 3. It'd be interesting to see what really happens and if your predictions are real.
Yeah, because it's wide open right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you need your credit fixed, don't forget to look me up, www.culvercreditrecovery.com.
Yep.
We didn't ask Marshall what his rating
was. What's your rating?
0?
Yeah, it sounded like
don't. Wait, he just snorted.
Yeah.
Oh, 2, 3, 4. He says 4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Maybe said 4.
Fair enough. All right, guys.
Enjoy my boy seeing this, but we've got pretty kind of the other day. Also, on Facebook, on Twitter, please comment. Oh, one more thing. What do you mean you haven't seen 3, and what do you mean you have to with the future of this boy? Do you think you're going to see in 4? I don't know, but until then, So next review on The Mandalorian when that comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.